गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। श्री राधा माधव अष्ट सखी वृंद श्रीमन महाप्रभु की जय। श्री श्री पंचतत्व की जय। श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 20th chapter, text 42 and 43. Text 42, I'll just read through and then we can go to the text 43. ūrjaḥ-vantam manyamāna ātmānam bhagavān ajaḥ Sādhyas gaṇān pitṛ-gaṇān parokṣeṇāsṛjat prabhuḥ. Text 43. Ta ātma-sargaṁ tam kāyaṁ pitṛ-pratipedire sādhyebhyaś pitṛbhyaś kavayo yadvitanvate. Ta ātma-sargaṁ tam kāyaṁ pitṛ-pratipedire sādhyebhyaś pitṛbhyaś kavayo yadvitanvate. Ta ātma-sargaṁ tam kāyaṁ pitṛ-pratipedire sādhyebhyaś pitṛbhyaś kavayo yadvitanvate. Mataji. Text 42. ūrjaḥ-vantam, full of energy. Manyamānaḥ, recognizing. ātmānam, himself. bhagavān, the most worshipful. ajaḥ, Brahmā. sādhyān, the demigods. gaṇān, hosts. pitṛ-gaṇān, and the pitās. parokṣeṇa, from his invisible form. asṛjat, created. prabhuḥ, the Lord of beings. Text 43. Te, they. ātma-sargaṁ, source of their existence. Tam, that. kāyaṁ, body. pitaraḥ, the pitās. pratipedire, accepted. sādhyebhyaś, to the sādhyas. cha, and. pitṛbhyaś, to the pitās. cha, also. kavayo, those well versed in the rituals. yat, through which. vitanvate, offer oblations. The translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada to text 42 and 43. Recognizing himself to be full of desire and energy, the worshipful Brahmā, the creator of the living entities, evolved from his own invisible form, from his navel, the host of Sādhyas and Pitās. The Pitās themselves took possession of the invisible body, the source of their existence, It is through the medium of this invisible body that those well versed in the rituals offer oblations to the Sādhyas and Pitās in the form of their departed ancestors on the occasion of Shraddha. Purport to text 42 and 43. The Sādhyas and Pitās are invisible forms of departed souls, and they are also created by Brahmā. 43. Shraddha is a ritualistic performance observed by the followers of the Vedas. There is a yearly occasion of 15 days when ritualistic religionists follow the principles of offering oblations to departed souls. Thus, those fathers and ancestors who, by freaks of nature, might not have a gross body for material enjoyment can again gain such bodies due to the offering of Shraddha oblations by their descendants. The performance of Shraddha or offering oblations with prasad is still current in India, especially at Gaya, where oblations are offered to the lotus feet of Vishnu in a celebrated temple. Because the Lord is thus pleased with the devotional service of the descendants, by His grace He liberates the condemned souls of forefathers who do not have gross bodies, and He favors them to again receive a gross body for development of spiritual advancement. Unfortunately, by the influence of Maya, the conditioned soul employs the body he gets for sense gratification, forgetting that such an occupation may lead him to return to an invisible body. The devotee of Lord Krishna, or one who is in Krishna consciousness, however, does not need to perform such ritualistic ceremonies as Shraddha, because he is always pleasing the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his fathers and ancestors who might have been in difficulty are automatically relieved. The vivid example is Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj requested Lord Nrsimhadev to deliver his sinful father, who had so many times offended the lotus feet of the Lord. The Lord replied that in a family where a Vaishnava like Prahlad is born, not only his father, but his father's father and their fathers, up to 14th father back, are all automatically delivered. The conclusion, therefore, is that Krishna consciousness is the sum total of all good work for the family, for society, for all living entities. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the author says that a person fully conversant with Krishna consciousness does not perform any rituals, because he knows that simply by serving Krishna in full Krishna consciousness, all rituals are automatically performed. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We are coming to the aspect, one of the aspects of Puranas is it talks about creation. And here we are hearing about creation, where in different forms Lord Brahma is adding elements to the universe. He's taking new bodies, he's giving that body up, that body has been taken up by different groups of living entities, like that. So when he saw the ghosts and goblins, it's like these people are a wild creation of mine. He gave up that body, and in an invisible form, and he created the Sādhyas and the Pitās. As Srila Prabhupada is talking about the yearly 15 days of Shraddha, then we just came out of it 4 days ago. So this is called pitṛ-paksha. In this time, no auspicious ceremonies, yagyas are to be performed, because the full attention is given to the forefathers. So according to the tradition, the Vedic scriptures, it mentions on whichever tithi or whichever day your parents depart, then on that particular day within the 15 days, then you are supposed to offer Shraddha to your forefathers. For example, if the person leaves on Ekadashi or Dashami or whatever, according to the moon, then based on those days, in the 15 days, you are supposed to offer. What is this Shraddha? As Srila Prabhupada explains, is the offering of Mahaprasadam to the forefathers. In the Vedic culture, it is very, very important aspect that one must perform Shraddha. Very important. It's so important that the family prays to the Lord, let me have a son. Why? Why should we have a son? So that he can perform the Shraddha. After the person dies, he will perform the Shraddha and everything like that. Why he has to perform the Shraddha? Shastra explains, when a person dies and unfortunately he does not go back to Godhead for whatever reason, then depending on his activities, he is either sent to the heavenly planets to enjoy or to hellish planets to suffer. Yamaraj, he decides what to do, what punishment to give, what blessings to give, how he can enjoy. And in this feature of heavenly planets, there is an interesting connection between the moon as the heavenly planet, Yamaraj's abode, which is also a heavenly planet because he doesn't live in hell, and the Pitri-loka, the place where the forefathers go. When we talk about heaven, it's not the place of Indra. Rarely people go to Indra-loka. In Mahabharata, when Narad Muni comes to visit Maharaj Yudhishthir in his very beautiful assembly hall in Indraprastha, the way how Krishna had asked Mayadanava to make the assembly hall was a combination of the architectural style of the humans, demigods and demons. It was a combination. And it was so interesting that it may look like water, but it's actually a pathway to walk. It may look like a pathway, and it was a pond of water. So there was a lot of mystical things. There is there may be a painting, but that's actually a doorway. You can walk through, and instead of the door, there is actually a wall, so you will bang your head. And that's what happened with Duryodhana. He thought it was a doorway, and he's seeing this opulence of the Pandavas. He's so annoyed that they have more than he has, and he wanted to walk out. And he saw the pathway and just kept on walking fast and just want to go out, and banged his head. Now the problem with strong people is they want to do everything with strength. Have you seen bulls lick themselves? Now if you go to Gaushala, when the cow is licking herself, she's very delicate and polite. But when a bull is licking himself, it's like, wow. It's like very harsh, because so much energy they have. Duryodhana has a strength of 10,000 elephants. When he walks like that. And when he walked through the door, which appeared like a doorway, but actually was a wall, he just bang! And he felt dizzy. And Nakul and Sahadev had to come and, hold him up. Are you okay? This is the pathway. So it was more insulting, right, that they had to come and help him. And out of the anger, get lost. Then he starts walking and he sees there is a road. But it was actually a pond of water, and he just fell inside. And again the maidservants, they are all laughing at him, and they gave him dry clothes. And Yudhishthira Maharaj comes saying, hey, don't do that, don't laugh, and gave him dry clothes. And that's when Draupadi Devi made a comment. But she made a comment to her brother-in-law. Right? She's thinking, he's my brother-in-law, I can make jokes on him. And she said, son of a blind is also a blind. Oh my God, how can she speak like that? Because he didn't take a comment from a sister-in-law. He took it as an enemy. That where the entire Mahabharata war happened. Because of that comment, which triggered the whole thing. It would have happened anyway. But then, the whole incident. So when Narada Muni, when he came to this assembly hall and Rajasuya sacrifice, and he's talking with Maharaj Yudhishthira, Maharaj Yudhishthira is asking, have you seen any assembly hall like this in the entire universe, or mine one is the best? So Narada Muni, he starts describing the assembly hall of every great personalities. And when he is explaining the assembly hall of Yamaraj, he's saying, your father is actually there. He wants to go to the assembly hall of Indra. And therefore he has asked me to tell you to perform the Rajasuya sacrifice. You should do it, on the strength that when you complete the Rajasuya sacrifice, your father will be able to go to Indra's assembly hall. And in Indra's assembly hall, there is only one king, Maharaj Harishchandra, because he had performed Rajasuya sacrifice. So he is there. So if you want to go to Indraloka, you have to perform a Rajasuya sacrifice and enjoy the place over there. And then he's describing the assembly hall of Lord Brahmā. He says that is so wonderful that when you appreciate something, nice carving, it changes. It becomes something else. So it's constantly changing, it's constantly moving. And in that assembly hall is all the great rishis, all the personification of the Shastras, the personification of the Tika, which means purports of the Shastras. So when we read that, you're like, oh, maybe a personification of Srila Prabhupada's purport is also sitting over there, because all the purport personifications are there. So anyway, so then when we are talking about the Pitri-loka, when a person dies and he has to enjoy the heavenly planet, then he is there in the Pitri-loka, enjoying. So he gets all the facility. But food has to be brought from home. There is a nice garden, you can be part of the garden, but when you want to eat, you have to bring from home. Where does that food come from? The food comes from the descendants of that particular person offering the shraddha. So when, for us, 1 year here equals 1 day of the demigods. Right now we are going through the Chaturmasya. This is the period when the demigods are sleeping. Right? So it said sleeping 8 hours a day is healthy. That's 1/3 of the day. So out of 12 months a year, 4 months the demigods are sleeping. Because 1 year of ours equals to 1 day of the demigods. So when we offer shraddha to the Pitri, they get to eat. When we do not offer the shraddha, our forefathers don't get anything to eat. And now they are hungry. 1 day, 2 days, now they are getting desperate. We need to eat something. So they go up to the local authorities like, please give us some food. Like, sorry, nothing has been sent. But I am hungry. Okay, nothing is for free. You can enjoy over here, but you have to do some work. You have to do job. I am ready. Give me something to eat. What work do I have to do? Oh, this is not Indra's planet. This is Pitri-loka. Job over here is you become a Yamaduta. And you have to go and catch all these souls and bring them to Yamaraj. He will decide what to do, and then you have to take him to hell, make them into pakoras, fry them in oil, or depending on what the sinful activities they are doing, you have to torture them. And then at the end of the day, when your job is over, we'll share something with you. And what is that something? During the Shraddha ceremony, those people who share, okay, this is for Ajñāta Jiva. Ajñāta Jiva means unknown, we don't know them. You just offer them also something. From there, some share is taken and given. So it's like, like Madhukari we get after all our small festivals here in Mayapur. A handful. Then you eat that as Mahaprasad and you go home and you cook something and you eat a full meal. So like that, they get something, but that's not enough to survive. But that's all you get. You don't have options of Govindas over there. You can't buy anything over there. This is what you got. So now you are hungry, but you have to work so that you will get that much again to eat. So they start becoming grumpy. And that's why when you see pictures of Yamadutas in our Bhagavatam, they are all this fearful looking people. Right? Why? Because they are hungry people. How can you get hungry people to work? That's how they become. Frustrated, angry, horrible looking. So therefore, a living entity is responsible for 3 generations. Father, grandfather, great-grandfather. You take care of them. Beyond that, you are not responsible. So when you offer food, your forefathers become happy. They give blessings. When your forefathers are not happy, they curse you. And therefore, many times we see that in the chart they say pitri-dosha, cursed by the forefathers. And in that, what happens? You're not having enough money, your marriage gets delayed, you're always going through sufferings, and then the Brahmins will come, we'll do a big puja. And they will do a nice, huge puja to satisfy your pitri, and they will say, give us this much money, and you give them that much money. But all these pujas, they only give 60 to 70% benefit, not more than that. You have to go through the karmic reactions. So you will suffer, but less than before. So much problem. Right? Better I do Shraddha ceremony. And I hope that my son will also do it for me. I'll train him up like that, so that I also get the Shraddha ceremonies when I am dead in an invisible body. And then, so that is a cycle which creates. It's meant for who? It's meant for people who want to enjoy this material world. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, he says, it's not important for people who are in full Krishna consciousness. It's very important word over there. Full Krishna consciousness. If I'm not in full Krishna consciousness, I'll not have this facility. If I'm 50% Krishna conscious, I'll get the 50% benefit. If I'm 100% Krishna conscious, I get the 100% benefit. Therefore, it says, Srila Prabhupada here is saying, the devotee of the Lord, or one who is in Krishna consciousness, however, does not need to perform such ritualistic ceremonies as Shraddha, because he is always pleasing the Supreme Lord. The Shraddha ceremony is to please Krishna, so that he will, okay, I'll take care of your parents, don't worry. But when you are performing Krishna consciousness always, full time, then there is no need to perform any of such ceremonies, because Krishna is taking care. Srila Prabhupada gives example of Prahlad Maharaj. Right? Hiranyakashipu is completely ripped apart. It's like God knows what's left of him. Right? But it said, Prahlad Maharaj, Narasimha is asking, ask for any benediction. I want to give you. Ask for anything. No, I don't need anything. I got you. What else do I want? No, please. Ask something. Okay, my father, he was very sinful. He offended you many times. Please grant him liberation. Oh, that's already done. The moment he was touched by me, all the sinful reactions is burnt. Not just him, but anybody who, like you, takes birth in a family, 14 forefathers are delivered. My father's 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 father. My goodness. Almost 800 to 1,000 year people are delivered. Just if we become devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. Right? And what does Prahlad Maharaj say? Always remember Krishna and never forget him. Always. Constantly meditate on him. Think of him. What can I do for him? What activities can I perform that will please him? If me doing this particular activity, will it please Krishna? Yes, it will. Okay, I'll do it. Not sure, maybe, may not be. Okay, then I will not do it. So, smartavya satatam Vishnu. Always remember Krishna. When we do that, then just like Madhavendra Puri, he says, I pay obeisances to all of my Sandhya Vandanas, the Gayatri chantings. I pay obeisances to all my activities as a sannyasi, all my duties that I'm supposed to perform. I pay obeisances to everything, all the religious activities. But I say, I'm sorry, I cannot perform you. Because I'm too busy being Krishna conscious. I just don't have time that I can, do all these things. So please forgive me. I'll not be able to take care of you. I'm busy worshipping Krishna. And when he does that, what happens? Krishna comes, hey, in his dream, hey, Madhavendra Puri, I'm here in Govardhan, lying down, uncovered by mud, feeling very hot. Please take me out. And you see a beautiful form of Srinathji that appears. And Srinathji is like, Madhavendra Puri, I was underground for so many years. It's getting hot. Can you please arrange that I can get some nice cooling effect? Oh, sure, my lord, what can I do for you? Not very far from here. Only some 1,000 kilometers away. You get this nice chandan. Can you bring it and make paste and apply all over my body so I can feel this cooling effect throughout the day? Oh yeah, sure, I can do that. An old man walks about 1,000 kilometers, gets few 100 kg of wood and starts dragging it back. And Krishna again tells him, don't come all the way here, because by the time you will come, the hot season will be over. Just offer everything to Gopinathji. There is no difference between me and him. So he's there grinding chandan, right? And applying on Gopinathji. And Gopinathji, what he does also? Oh, he wanted to eat sweet rice. Let me steal for him. He stole. Oh, he's not just Gopinath anymore. He becomes Khirachara Gopinath. Right? Why? Because he wants to serve this particular devotee who is always Krishna conscious. So now does Madhavendra Puri has to worry about anything else? No, he doesn't. Because everything is taken care of. Prahlad Maharaj doesn't need to worry about things. Things are taken care of. Here in Krishnanagar, about 300 years ago, there was a brahmachari, lifelong brahmachari. Right? He's doing his service, busy, full-fledged, busy in the service of the deities. He gets old. It's like, oh, I don't have a son. I never got married. Who is going to perform Shraddha ceremony for me? And Mahaprabhu in the temple, he says, hey, don't worry. You've taken care of me. After you die, I will perform the Shraddha ceremony for you. It's been 300 years. The deity himself performs Shraddha ceremony for this particular devotee every year. It became a festival here in Krishnanagar. So, if we be Krishna conscious, if we are engaged in serving Guru and Krishna, we don't have to worry about any of these activities. Nothing. But that seriousness is required. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, somebody who says Krishna once is a Vaishnava. Right? So if I have said Hare Krishna, now I don't have to worry about any of these things. No. That's not how it goes. We say Hare Krishna, it depends on what kind of the way we said. Bhagavatam explains, you can say Hare Krishna with love, with devotion, with anger, with frustration. You Hare Krishnas are ruining my day. Right? That is also beneficial. But it won't be as beneficial as chanting in ecstasy. Right? Because you are not accepting Krishna. Putana wanted to kill Krishna. But at once she had a desire to be his mother. Right? As Bali Maharaj's sister. She wanted, oh, such a cute baby. I wish I have a son like him. I become his mother and I can feed him my milk. And then when they've pushed Bali Maharaj all the way to Patala, this guy's a rascal, I want to kill him. So Krishna is like, okay, come as Putna. You can feed me and try to kill me, but bad luck, I cannot die. But because of that pure desire she had towards the Lord, she became one of the mothers of Krishna. Because of that one moment of pure desire to serve Krishna. So that purity has to be there. Krishna will take care. Even if it is momentary, Krishna will take care. So if in that situation, even a momentary pureness towards Krishna is there, what to speak if we dedicate our life in pure Krishna consciousness? It becomes so much more. Krishna says, I become your servant. Many times an example of Arjuna is given. He is such Krishna conscious. Right? One time Arjuna comes to Dwaraka. He's living in Dwarika. And Rukmini Devi notices Krishna disappears at night. Midnight he's off. What's going on here? Why does he leave my side and he walks off? Where is he going? So one night she starts following Krishna, hiding. And Krishna is walking by. He's like hiding. Krishna hears something. Turns around. Who's there? Rukmini Devi comes out. It's me. What are you doing here at night? So late. Yeah, that's my question. What are you doing here at night? So late. You got 16,108 beautiful wives. Why you have to go out hiding at night? Where are you going? Okay, come, I show you. Takes to Arjuna's chambers. I'm here. He's sleeping. I just sit next to him. Why? He says, touch his hair to your cheeks. My Lord, I'm your wedded wife. How can I do that to some another man? No, I'm telling you. Take his hair and touch it to your cheeks. Okay? Rukmini Devi goes close to Arjuna while he's sleeping, takes his hair, brings it close to her cheeks, and the hair is chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The hair is chanting Krishna's holy name. He says, he's such a great devotee, I want to be with him. Krishna is looking for opportunities to be with his devotees. And Arjuna says, I am here, want to take help from you as a charioteer in the war of Mahabharata, Kurukshetra. Sure. While the war is happening, the person who's the charioteer has to listen to the warrior at the back. And Arjuna, he's a Maharathi. Maharathi means he can fight with 60,000 warriors at the same time, single-handedly. 60,000. And they are not coming all in a straight line. They are all coming from all over the place, throwing all different kinds of weapons at him. So he has to continuously shoot arrows at all these people to protect himself, the charioteer, the horses, the chariot itself, and kill these 60,000 people together. That's his capacity. He doesn't have time. Oh, my dear friend Krishna, can you take the chariot towards the right? I want to fight Karna. No, he doesn't have the time. What does he do? He kicks Krishna in that side which way he wants to go. He wants to go left, he kicks him in the left. He wants to go right, he kicks him in the right. And Krishna says, happily I will become your charioteer. Why? Because he is happy to serve a devotee in this particular way. So when Krishna wants to do things for you, that kind of a devotee we want to become. And then forget all these ritualistic ceremonies. We don't need it. There is a devotee in Gujarat called Narsi Mehta. Had a daughter. The daughter was the age of marriage. He has no money. Right? He has to pay big, dowry. He has to be given. The whole entire village has to be fed. He has no money. The wife says, "My dear husband, very soon our daughter is going to get married. Do something." "Yes, I'll do." So he goes to a rich man's house. "I can do some kirtan, maybe you can give me some Lakshmi. I want to get my daughter married." "Yeah, sure." Kirtan started. He forgot that he has a daughter. Forgot that the daughter needs to be married. Just performing kirtan all time. Then after a few days he remembered, "Oh, I was supposed to get my daughter married. What's the day today?" 2 days ago my daughter's marriage was there. Runs back home. "What happened? Where is our daughter?" "Oh, she has been married very nicely." "How?" "Oh, you sent those people, no?" "Which people I sent?" He said, "Oh, 2 people came with bullock carts loaded with wealth, food grains, gifts. And they said, 'You have sent.'" "I didn't send anybody." "No." So what did they say? He said, "Oh, they were the servants of a rich man called Savariya." "Huh? Savariya? Where?" "Oh, from that village." He runs to that village. "Hey, anybody knows this big rich man called Savariya?" "No, don't know. Somebody comes. "Hey, you're looking for Savariya?" "Yes, come." He's there. Huge mansion. In this huge mansion he goes, and Krishna is lying down on a huge asana. He says, "Don't worry, I'll take care of you." Is there today the temple is there. It's called Savariya Seth. Why? Seth means big merchant, big businessman, very rich. So that temple is still there. Right? He took care of Narsi Mehta like that. So if we focus ourselves in being Krishna conscious, we don't have to worry about all these things. When we are not Krishna conscious, that's when all these ritualistic ceremonies we have to worry about. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Prabhuji.
Translation. Having awakened faith in the narration of my glories, being disgusted with all material activities, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still being unable to renounce all sense gratification, sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction, even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment. My devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result, and he sincerely repents such activities. Purport. This is the beginning stage of pure devotional service, as described here by the Lord. So when devotee asked me whether she should do a Shraddha ceremony for her departed ancestors, but I think she's in at least the beginning stage. So where do you draw the line on that? Because in general, that was what Prabhupada could just chant Hare Krishna, But kind of the Vedic culture is you're saying Shraddha, Shraddha, Shraddha. So
see, it's very interesting that that's the beginning of pure devotional service, which means Shraddha, having faith. Right? That's the first step, and that's where we all miss out. Where is that faith that avashya rakshibe Krishna? Krishna will surely, it says surely, avashya. We make so many We take so many steps. Okay, if this goes wrong, I have plan B, I have plan C for life. I want to make enough money so that my children don't have to suffer. They will get, these are all the general mentality people have. What about the aspect that Krishna will surely take care? And whatever happens in my life is Krishna's arrangement, and it's the always best for me, no matter if I understand or I don't understand. It is the best for me. So we have a problem with faith. It's called weak faith. So that's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that we are just in Vaishnav Praya. We are not Vaishnava yet. We are trying to become Vaishnavas because our faith is weak. When our faith is strong, like Kalisantarana Upanishad, we always hear devotees, they explaining that if you chant Hare Krishna, you don't have to worry about performing any of the Shraddha ceremonies. You don't have to worry, you don't need to worship the demigods. You don't have to, all your sins are eradicated and everything. We all hear if you chant Hare Krishna. So the reference to that point is given in Kalisantarana Upanishad. He said, if you have killed a Brahmin, you have killed a brave warrior by deceit, or you give up all your duties as a son or a family member, you are not worshipping the demigods, you give up all religion, all these kind of sinful activities is eradicated when somebody chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It says in Kalisantarana Upanishad. Just the fact is that 2 shlokas before saying all these things, it says one should chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3.5 crore times. So when you chant the Mahamantra 3.5 crore times, all these things is gone. Now 3.5 crore times to chant, I was calculating, if you chant 16 rounds every day, it takes 55 years to chant 3.5 crore times. Srila Prabhupada said you can get perfection within 12 to 14 years. So then I calculated it with chanting 64 rounds every day, it takes 14 years. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, I think he chanted 10 crore rounds in 10 years. 1 million, no? 1 billion. Yeah, so that's 10 crores. In 10 years. Why? He was there chanting whole day, every day for 10 years. So he did that and he became Simha Guru. There was Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswamis, they did that before joining with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So our acharyas have done that. And then they are saying, this is what it is. Srila Prabhupada did it before going to the West. And in Shantipur, they were saying that Srila Prabhupada would go there every day and chant and cry. And he would chant for a long time. And the pujari over there, he said, why are you doing this? He said, my Guru Maharaj has told me to go to preach in English. And I'm so old and I haven't completed that yet. So Srila Prabhupada would go there and chant. So how many of us we are doing or interested in doing that? Very few. Therefore Srila Prabhupada, when he was asked, will all your disciples go back home, back to Godhead? He said, no. He said, most of them will go to the heavenly planets. And very few will make it back to Godhead. And notice those devotees who are leaving their body in a very, very Krishna conscious manner, they give a very, very high priority for their japa. So when we do things like that, we don't have to worry about shraddhas or anything like that. But when we don't, then, and we say, oh, we don't have to do it because I'm being Krishna, I am related to ISKCON and I'm chanting Hare Krishna. And when I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I think about my day schedule, what am I going to do at what time of the day, then I'm thinking of the menu that I'm going to cook, or the friends that I'm going to meet, or I'm scrolling through, my phone and, reading messages or whatever. If I'm doing all of that, then I'm committing offenses towards the holy name. Because Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that, unattentive chanting is also an offense. So it has to be offenseless. And somehow we have more faith that if I perform a yajna, or if I perform, this particular puja, it will work. So Krishna says, the way how you approach me, I reciprocate with you in that manner. So we are approaching to Krishna with the faith in these activities. He reciprocates with those activities. We approach with complete unalloyed devotion. He rips a pillar apart and appears. And Prahlad Maharaj said, you appeared just for me? I'm born in a wretched demoniac family. You just appeared for me? He's a 5-year-old. And Narasimhadev says, yes, just for you. Right? So, like that, he can do anything. Right? But so, we have to be that much devotion. Not that sometimes I'm a devotee, sometimes I'm not. Festivals or Sundays I'm becoming a devotee, rest of the time I am not. Then Krishna reciprocates like that.
Thank you for putting everybody in bliss, Prabhu. There's one promise that Prabhupada made. This was to Tamal Krishna Maharaj in the beginning. Some have heard this before because I've said it multiple times. One day Prabhupada brought him in because it was so crazy getting Juhu up and running, with Mr. Nair and all these. And one day Tamal Krishna Maharaj exclaimed to Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, how can I think of Krishna? My mind is simply filled with temple finances. So then Prabhupada said, yes, many lifetimes we've wasted on ourselves. If just in this one lifetime we can dedicate heart and soul to pushing on Lord Chaitanya's movement, then at the end, even if we're not completely perfect, Lord Chaitanya will personally come and take us back to Godhead.
Jai.
And this is a promise. Harisari said he heard him say this multiple times. And this was like I gave at Giriraj Swami's request, I gave the talk at the opening of the hospice in Vrindavan about my friend Nirguna. We were Sankirtan partners for 18 years, departure. And right after he left, there was a big yatra from Chopadi here in Mayapur, and he gave the first Bhagavatam class, Giriraj Swami. And so then I told him this story, this miraculous story of my friend's departure. So then I went to meet Bhakti Brihad Bhagavat Swami at the hospice. He told me that, the opening ceremonies. So when I came into the room, Giriraj Swami said, Jamastami, and he asked me to tell this story there. So anyway, I poured out my heart, told the story, and then like a few months later he sent me a transcription of what I said and said, just edit this. I want to publish this in my new book, Life's Final Exam, Death and Dying from a Vedic Perspective. But Nirguna was such a dedicated soul, and there was no question in anybody's mind that he went back to the spiritual world at the end. It was like such a blissful departure. So that seems like the key, and we get special dispensation from Srila Prabhupada because it's a promise. And
Yes.
Giriraj Swami entitled what I had said in the book, A Promise Fulfilled. So if we simply do that, we may, have some, still engage in sense gratification accidentally, but we regret it. But we just dedicate heart and soul to pushing on the movement, and Lord Chaitanya will come.
Yeah.
And he'll take us back.
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. One question can we take? Or? No. Okay, we'll end here officially, then we can meet later. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ashtaki Vrinda Shriman Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Shri Panchatattva ki jai. Shri Prahlad Narasimha Deva Bhagavan ki jai. Shri La Prabhupada ki jai.